And it's now time, you can tell by the music, to talk Formula One. Max Verstappen may have dominated the sport in recent years, but it looks though this year's championship we're heading to either Piastri or Lando Norris of McLaren, of course. Piastri leads his teammate by 15 points, with Verstappen a further 46 points behind Norris, while in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren are a whopping 207 points clear of second place Ferrari heading into the British Grand Prix this weekend. Delighted to say join us as studio as the mastermind behind it all. A very good morning to McLaren CEO Zak Brown. Zak, a very good morning.
Good morning,
thank
Zak.
you
Thank
for
you
popping
very
in.
much for having me on. Mastermind might be a bit strong, but I'll take it.
Listen, it could be going any better at the moment, could it? It's been brilliant.
It's going great. Our drivers, Lando and Oscar, are amazing. That points gap to Max is not quite big enough, so we got to keep working.
Yeah, I really admire him. I know he can be reckless, but what a driver.
He didn't win 4 championships by accident.
No.
So, and I would even say, George is not far behind him, and Mercedes is strong, and Charles. So I still think there's 5 horses in this drivers' championship race. Yeah, I mean, it's the gap's growing. It's going in the right direction, but a lot of racing still to go.
I just get the feeling George is getting a hump a little bit about what's all the speculation.
I think that might be helping him. Yeah, I mean, there's, where there's smoke, there's fire is my general belief in a lot of these rumors.
Did you expect this start to the season? Because 9 podiums each, Piastri and Norris, 5 wins for Piastri, 3 wins for Norris. It's been an outstanding start, hasn't it?
I think it's been an unbelievable start. I think to say that was expected would be a bit arrogant. So no, we thought we would be fast, but and we thought we'd be winning races, but have the level of competitiveness that we have is pretty awesome. But we got to keep waking up every day, because even though we've won the amount of races you've just said, each one's been a nail biter.
Yes.
And so it hasn't felt easy at all.
Can I ask you about the Canadian Grand Prix?
Yep.
I was watching it
Yep.
when Norris went into the back of Piastri.
Yeah.
Honestly, how did you feel at that moment?
Not great, but actually to a certain extent, kind of relieved to get it over with, because everyone's been talking about when's it going to happen.
Because you let them race each other.
We're going to let them race, and we've always said it's not if, it's when it happens, and it was good in a few ways. One, it wasn't for first and second, it was for fourth and fifth. Mm-hmm. 2, it didn't hurt Oscar's race.
Yes.
Only hurt Lando's. It was clearly his mistake. He owned it. So actually, when you look through what could be the consequences of your teammates coming together, they could wipe each other out. It could be for the win. There could be an argument over whose mistake it was. All that was really clean. So we, everyone said their apologies, and there was never any kind of stress about it. And we moved on and had a great Austria.
So the Grand Prix, massive crowd will descend on Silverstone.
Yeah, huge.
We may get showers, we may get rain, who knows? But will this new McLaren car, is this the type of circuit that suits the McLaren?
Yeah, we should be strong here. I think decent amount of chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday, which of course kind of neutralizes the field a little bit if you have a kind of a car advantage. But I think we'll be very strong here.
I was about to say, and correct me, Max and of course Lewis as well. I think in the real wet, they are superb drivers.
Those are 2 of the best drivers ever to be in Formula One.
Is that just down to bottle and nerve?
And experience and talent. But last year was very wet, and unfortunately we made some errors in how we managed the race. Oscar and Lando, they were checking out last year. So in the wet, I put my guys up against anyone. But yeah, Max and Lewis are unbelievable talents.
So Zach, McLaren's last win at Silverstone was 2008.
Yeah,
it was Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Driving that long ago, and also Lando Norris hasn't won at Silverstone.
Correct.
So if I was a betting man,
yeah.
if I was a betting man, I'd put Lando Norris to win. But is it time for Mercedes to dominate, haven't they? Silverstone. Is it time for McLaren to dominate?
We want to win that one. I mean, all these Grand Prix, they pay the same amount of points, but of course, whether it's Monaco or Bahrain, because we're owned by Mumtalakat, or Oscar in Australia, Lando in Silverstone, me in North America.
Yes,
you can start kind of going which races are a little bit more special in the British Grand Prix. If Lando were to win, I think you see Nigel Mansell, Lewis Hamilton type of mania, which would be really cool. cool.
Yes. Mansell's, I really admired Nigel. I know Nigel.
I'm a big Nigel fan. He's going to be there this weekend.
Oh, is he? Brilliant.
Yeah.
These massive decisions you have to make in race, right? Get them in, box. How difficult is that to get the right call? And then are you thinking about it for a few laps, or have you suddenly thought, hold on?
Well, so, you've got, fortunately, I'm not having to make those decisions.
Right.
With so much technology and data and kind of chain of command, depending on what the situation is. But, we run 50 million simulations over a race weekend. There sometimes seems to be 50 million in one, and you didn't run that one that like last year with the weather. It's hard to kind of simulate that. But what people maybe don't fully understand is, let's say it takes 20 seconds to come into pit lane. It takes 18 seconds to get the tires out of the blankets. We've seen teams come in, tires aren't ready, team's not ready. If an incident happens and the driver's 22 seconds away, you have 2 seconds to decide, are you pitting or not?
Yeah.
So you don't have any time to talk about it. Because if you miss it, that could be game over for the race.
Incredible.
And then once you come in, you got another 2 seconds to decide what tire do you want. So we're literally sometimes making split-second decisions, and you can see any hesitation or wrong decision or not enough time to communicate. You can see how it happens. But when it does happen, it's not pleasant having hundreds of millions of fans go, what did you do that for? I was like, well, we had
and then you get the driver in your ear as well.
Yeah,
you just got to take that with a pinch of salt because the driver's frustrated.
No one's perfect. But then there's a lot of protocols. There was one incident we had a long time ago where driver was trying to talk and we were trying to give instructions, canceled each other out, missed the pit window.
How difficult is it to manage two drivers? Different personalities, and both of them, they're fighting for the driver championship.
For us, easy, but I think a lot of that's because of the individuals that we have, the personalities of Lando and Oscar and Andrea Stella, our team principal. You put the three of them in the room together, there's nothing that you can't talk out. And it's all about being prepared and kind of eliminating the surprise. So everyone's been excited to see what happened in Austria. You saw how cleanly they raced each other hard. It was super exciting. They're free to race. But I think I'm fortunate that we've got the personalities of Lando and Oscar. It makes that situation so much easier to manage.
Yeah, brilliant. Can I ask your favourite Grand Prix? Would this be, would the British be?
This will be right up at the top. I love the big events with the big fans. So you get into the Silverstones, the Australias, the Austin, Coda. We're going to have out 500,000 people over the course of the weekend. Yes, so it's just
incredible.
Awesome, the size and scale and the history of the British Grand Prix.
Zach, pleasure to you. I'm really pleased you come in. I love it. I watch every one, so I'll be watching at the weekend.
Cheer us on.
Thank you and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me.
Brilliant.
Thank you.